What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So the week 2 Sunday games just ended, and we're back here with another rebuild on Madden 26. And today we're talking about a team that is now 0-2 for the first time in the quarterbacks era, and that, of course, is the Kansas City Chiefs. And when I say quarterbacks era, obviously Patrick Mahomes. This is for the first time that the Chiefs have ever started 0-2 under Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, they've played some tough teams to start things off with, but let's go ahead, jump in, and rebuild the Kansas City Chiefs after where they're at after week 2. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 10,000 subs. If you'd like to help us reach that goal, that would be awesome. So, as I mentioned, the Chiefs lose to the Eagles today. There was a point in the game where the Chiefs could have taken control. Now, the Eagles may have taken the lead back, but Travis Kelce unfortunately tipped the ball in the end zone, and the Eagles safety took it the other way. And that was basically all she wrote. The tush push showed up a couple times, but the Chiefs find themselves 0-2 in a big hole. They do have a chance to bounce back against the Giants on Sunday Night Football. After that, get the Ravens. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Chiefs. Now, obviously, they do not have Rashee Rice for the first 6 games of the season due to a suspension. Worthy didn't play, of course, in week 2. Apparently, he's going to be back in week 3. And, of course, week 1, he got out on the first series of the game. So it's just been rough. But I still think, obviously, the Chiefs are a team that is going to probably turn things around if I had to guess. But if there was ever a year it felt like that they may not, maybe it is this year. So we're going to go ahead, similar to the end of year 1, after an 0-2 start. I already have the Chiefs losing to the Eagles here. So they're going to start 0-2. Does Madden believe they'll bounce back? And I think after week 7, or after week 6, I'll put Rashee Rice in as well. Have the depth chart looking good. And we'll see if the Chiefs can turn it around or not, according to Madden 26. So at the end of year number 1, we finished up at 9-8 and still make the playoffs. We lost our last 2 games of the season, but that still won us the division, which I don't think this division this year is going to be won at 9-8. Now, obviously, it's still early in the season, but the Chargers and the Raiders, as I'm recording this tomorrow, obviously, by the time you guys are watching this tonight, have a big game for, to take control of the AFC West at this point. One of them will start off 2-0, while the Broncos just lost 1-1, and the Chiefs are 0-2. And, of course, one of the Charger Raiders will be 1-1, assuming the game doesn't end in a tie. But Mahomes was a top 3 passing yard leader. So let's take a look at the offensive stats. So 3rd in the NFL, which is nice to see. And defensively, we were 20th in the NFL. So you had 38-8 from Patrick Mahomes on 4,600 yards. You had Pacheco with 800 yards, 8 touchdowns, 400 from Patrick Mahomes. Even Worthy had 7 carries for 12 yards. Xavier Worthy did have himself a solid season with 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. We have 900 from Marquise Brown, 900 from Kelce, and then, of course, 800 from Rashee Rice when he came back. The fact that he got 800 still in his only 11 games played, I think that the Chiefs would take that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and play the Cincinnati Bengals in wildcard weekend, who just lost Joe Burrow today in a turf toe injury. So he'll be back soon, but sounds like he'll be out for a few months. But all right, let's simulate to the end of this Bengals game, and let's see if we can beat them in wildcard weekend. So here we are at Arrowhead, as I believe that's Jamal Charles getting us ready with the drum, but let's go ahead and jump straight into this bad boy. So the Bengals are going to get stopped on a 43-yard missed field goal by McPherson, but the Bengals get it back. They're up 7-0. It is now 7-7 in this one, and we will go up 14-7. All right, it's looking good thus far, and we throw an interception, but Fulton gets it back for us. 21-7 lead, another interception. I think Burrow's thrown 2. I think it's safe to say that we've blown out the Bengals here in wildcard weekend. It's 14-31. So that's gonna be a victory for us in wildcard weekend. And now we're headed to divisional round, which of course the Chiefs are a team that's represented the AFC for however long now. So this feels like destiny, but let's see if we can keep it up in the divisional round, and we'll see who we get to play. I would imagine that will be on the road in the next game. But Mahomes played very well in wildcard weekend, which is obviously not a shocker. We do get to play another AFC North opponent, and obviously that being the Baltimore Ravens. So this will be a much tougher matchup, but the Chiefs have owned not only the Bills and the Ravens in the playoffs for the most part. Will that continue here in Madden? Well, we're about to find out. We're at Baltimore as well, and we do get to start things off, and so do they. The Ravens will take the early lead 7-0, but we do tie it 7-7. And now they're at 14-7 for half, and we get the ball out of half. We need to score here, I'd imagine, and I don't know what just happened there, but up 21-7 now. I think it's safe to say we lost this one, so we don't quite have the firepower to take down the Ravens in the divisional round. So the Chiefs will finally get dethroned in the AFC. So it looks like we got to get to the drawing board in the offseason because we do not have enough firepower. Kelce, I would imagine, it's probably going to retire on us. I don't know if Madden automatically has him retire or not. We're going to find out. So we'll probably need a new tight end. But all in all, not a good end to the season. 7-35, and the Ravens beat us pretty badly in the divisional round. So it looks like the Ravens and the Eagles met up in the Super Bowl, and the Ravens did win. We're going to the offseason with about negative $24 million in cap space, which does seem to add up. Mahomes did win NFL MVP, which is interesting. Derrick Henry was your Super Bowl MVP. Saquon is your Offensive Player of the Year. Sirianni is your Coach of the Year. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. And then G&T and Walker are your Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year. So let's go ahead and get to the resigning stage. So unfortunately for us, we may lose quite a bit of talent here if I had to guess. So I wonder if Kelsey is still going to be on the team or not. So we are literally sitting here with negative $24 million in cap space. So the odds of us being able to do anything here is probably very slim. So we got Leo, who's a free agent. Pacheco is a free agent. Marquise Brown's a free agent. Derek Nottie. I mean, all these guys will probably be walking for basically nothing because what are we to do? I would imagine there's probably not many ways we could free up money right now. So let's go ahead and take a look to see if there's anything we can do. If you look at the team salaries, I mean, like the one thing I can think of is even Chris Jones wouldn't save us that much money right now. So Juwan Taylor is an obvious cut. I think he's been kind of bad, been a very easy penalty guy, and there's Jalen Moore, so we might be able to actually free up some money. So I guess that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. We'll release Juwan Taylor and free up $20 million in cap room. So that might be the first thing we do, and we can cut the backup as well, whoever that was, who's only making Jalen Moore. Damn, he's making quite a bit of money for this team as well. So we can cut him, free up another $15 million. Now I don't think that gets us quite where we it's gonna give us a little bit of money. So the question is, do we restructure anybody or do we not go that far? Because I imagine if we restructure somebody, we'll have no money, but we are risking the idea of losing a lot of people. So we're basically going to be saying, okay, how many guys do we need to be resigned after next year, though? Let's look at that before we decide to. If there's any big free agents, I don't know if I'm going to restructure anybody. So there's Juju. She Rice is a big one, obviously, to resign, so we might lose him if we do this. Morris. I mean, they're it, and then McDuffie, yeah. So if we did restructure some guys, we could risk losing McDuffie and like Rasheed Rice, which would definitely be brutal. Now, do we have enough money to resign one of them? I would like to resign Chanel, but I don't know if we have enough money. We have $10 million in cap space. Maybe we could get there. That'd be like the only guy I'd like to resign. We might actually have enough to get him back. So we'll at least be able to get Leo Chanel back. So we'll at least have that. But everyone else, I think, is going to have to walk, unfortunately. So that'll be the only thing we do. I know I could technically free up some money, but I think we'd be screwing ourselves in the long run, which is why I don't want to do that. Because I know that, obviously, I'm assuming Kelsey probably retired as well. If I had to guess, let's go see. Maybe he didn't. Winchester, yeah, Kelsey does call it, which I think he will in real life as well. Sounds like it's his last ride. So I think that's a realistic way for it to end. So, all right, here's what we're looking for. So we got Clyde back on the team. Noah Gray is honestly not a bad tight end to go with, so I don't think we'll be replacing that. Our O-line is okay. Probably need to draft an offensive lineman. Running back, of course, is nowhere to be found right now. So that's one thing the Chiefs have not had under Patrick Mahomes is like an elite running back. So maybe we can find that somewhere in the draft. As far as your defense is concerned, it's actually not that bad, all things considered. So we'll probably just hit on what we can to draft a running back and a wide receiver. There's Jeremiah Love. Now, there's like Najee Harris and there's Pacheco. So we might have to re-sign one of those guys. But, I mean, they don't really strike me as the elite running back I'm kind of hinting at. Is there like an offensive lineman I could sign, though? Maybe we could do something like that. Get one of those things addressed. But, I mean, we might just go in the draft and just deal with what we have. We could still re-sign Juwan Taylor technically to a cheaper contract, but we don't even have enough money for him anyway. So I think we're going to skip past free agency and literally just head straight towards the draft. Jeremiah Love is going to be definitely a target for me, but it all depends if he's available there. We'll see. I hinted at it, and I think this is where we're going with it. Jeremiah Love has fallen to our pick at pick 25. He's probably the best running back, I believe, in this draft class, and the Chiefs have not had an elite running back. Now, I'm not a big like college guy. I know Love is very good out of Notre Dame, but I don't know like how he ranks up against like I don't know, Ezekiel Elliott as a prospect when he first came out. Probably not as good. Obviously, G&T was drafted pretty high as well, but I'm going to take him here late in this first round. I think we need a new running back. 11 in true value, drafted 25. So I felt pretty good about adding Jeremiah Love. I think it's going to take some pressure off Mahomes. Pacheco's gone, and I think that's a great start. We need a free safety. We need a tackle. And we could use another wide receiver as well. So those are the other three positions I'll be looking for in this draft too. So I think this is where we're going with our second round pick. Obviously, we cut Jawan Taylor, so we need to find a new offensive lineman. So not only did they just add Josh Simmons, we're going to be adding another Notre Dame guy who's familiar with Jeremiah Love, Mr. Wagner. I don't know how to say his first name, but 112 in true value. He is hidden dev, so maybe a lower pick, but I still feel good about it. We needed a new offensive lineman. I'm hoping to get a free safety in round 3, but we'll see if there's one available. Not quite the free safety, but it is a strong safety. Jalen Kilgore out of South Carolina. We're going to take him here in round 3, and he will be 102 in true value, drafted at 89. So, going to be somebody that starts back there for sure, though. We need a new guy in the back there. I think our current starting free safety is a 70 overall. So, that will be our draft. I'll let you guys, I'll let the AI take care of the rest. But this feels like a solid offseason, honestly, compared to having, or for what assets we had to use. So I'll take it. I can't wait to see what this team's looking like going into year number 2. So going into year number 2, an 85 overall with an 85 offense and an 87 defense. But here's what the lineup is looking like going into season number 2. So obviously, as I mentioned, I added a new running back to the equation with Jeremiah Love. So I'm thinking he's going to add a big emphasis to our offense. Worthy, Rashee Rice, who is honestly lower overall than Worthy, which is kind of surprising. We have Royals, who's going to have to step up big time this year for us. And then obviously Noah Gray's the tight end. Wagner as that new right tackle. On defensive side of the football, we got Kilgore at that free safety position now. Our D tackle spot's a little weak, but it is what it is. We have Drew Tranquil, Bolton, and Chenal here still as well. So I'm going to go ahead and change the offensive scheme, I guess, compared to... yeah, we'll go West Coast power run, and we'll leave the playbooks the same because I felt like they were actually pretty good last year. And obviously, this team started 0-2. So, I'm excited to see what Jeremiah Love adds to the team. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2, and hopefully, we end up back in the playoffs, but with a better record of 9-8. So at the end of year number 2, we're back on top, 14-3. This is the, Kansas City Chiefs that we're all aware of in real life, and things went extremely well. We got the bye as well, so we don't have to play wild card weekend. But Patrick Mahomes had 4,400 yards and 44 touchdowns, so pretty easy stuff there. And if we take a look at the stats all around in this one, offensively second in the NFL, and defensive side of the football, they were 15th in the NFL. So Jeremiah Love did add something to this team. I saw 44-10 from Patrick Mahomes. Love had 6 touchdowns and 1,100 yards, which is great. Mahomes also had 500 rushing yards and 9 touchdowns, which is nice. And then Rashee Rice, Worthy, and Royals were all pretty good. Royals had 17 touchdowns, Worthy 8 touchdowns, and Rashee Rice 11. Noah Gray also had 900 yards and 2 touchdowns, so not bad. And Love even had 5 receiving touchdowns in the air. Sacks-wise, you had 10.5 from Chris Jones. You had 4 from Drew Tranquil, 3.5 from George Karlaftis, 3 from Nick Bolton, 3 from Tyreek Smith, 2.5, 2.5, 2, and 1.5. Interceptions, you had 5 from Trent McDuffie, which obviously he has to be paid this offseason, which is why we didn't restructure anybody. So I don't know what our money's going to look like, but I know it would have looked even worse if we restructured some contracts and went crazy in last year's free agency. But if we need to restructure our money this offseason to resign McDuffie, I will do it. But let's go ahead and see, get past wildcard weekend. So we're going to be playing in the divisional, and hopefully it will be someone we can take care of. So it will be none other than the Jacksonville Jaguars at 9-8. So let's go ahead, jump in, play the Jags in the divisional round at Arrowhead, and see if we can't take them out. Here we go at Arrowhead Stadium. They're getting the drum ready once again. We got the Jaguars coming in after we just got the first seed. So, losing to them would definitely be an embarrassing way for the season to end. And they get off to a hot start, 7-0. Hopefully our offense is ready to get a field goal. Okay, well, we're down 14-3. Our defense is not stopping the Jags offense whatsoever. But our offense does miss the 2-point. Oh, boy, we're in trouble, man. We need our offense to go score. I think I don't know what just happened there. Did we get the ball back? We do. 1:42 left, 24-19. I think we got to come out here and see if I can get this game back on our hands. So it's early on, but, man, I don't want to lose to a team that went 9-8 early on. This would be kind of embarrassing, right? So let's see if I can't come out here and dot the Jags up with Mr. Patrick Mahomes. So that's going to be a 2nd-and-2 gain. I don't think field goal helps us in this situation, right? We're down. We're down a touchdown, or down 5, I guess. A little less than a touchdown, obviously. But we're going to do screenplay to Jeremiah Love, utilize our running back, get him out of bounds. 1:25 left in the clock. It's a cold weather game, looks like, as well. Let me get to scat really quickly and see if I can't get Worthy just running up the seam, maybe. I'm going to throw him on a go route and see. Nope, they're going to follow him there. So we're just going to hit Mr. Rashee, or sorry, that's Royals underneath. We'll take it. Jags defense is looking like, easy Easy picking so far. Barbecue chicken, as they say. All right, let's see. Again, they're going to leave Worthy just wide open, so I'll take it. Worthy, this is too easy. I'm dotting him up. All right, now we go no huddle here. And actually, no, I'm actually cool with just letting the clock run a little bit. We don't even need to go no huddle. Although I did click no huddle and it did register now. Okay, so minute 5 of the clock. We could just run the ball with Mr. We also could. No, I'm going to run the ball here, man. We got plenty of time. We don't want to see the Jags get the ball back again. Our offense hasn't been able to, our defense hasn't been able to stop them at all. But let's run some clock a little bit here, man. Let's run some clock. So that clock's going to go a little bit. 30 seconds left. We'll throw Worthy again up. See if they can't just let him get up. Nope. We're going to, ooh, this is going to, okay. I screwed up. I should not have thrown that. Let's just move on. That was a bad decision on my part. Very bad decision. But it's okay. You know what? I think a lot of us are praying the Chiefs' downfall, so I guess I just helped with that a little bit. On to year 3. I don't even... just brutal. Brutal. I should not have thrown that. Now, to be fair, if my defense just took care of business, we wouldn't have been in that position to begin with. But the Ravens did beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow won MVP. Jamar Chase, Offensive Player of the Year. Jeremiah Love did win Offensive Rookie of the Year, so he should be Superstar Dev if I had to guess. Now, we do go in the offseason with $54 million in cap space, so that's nice, at least to have money. So that's going to be going towards Rashee Rice and McDuffie. I imagine we won't be able to really resign anybody else. So, McDuffie and Worthy. Oh, Worthy. Well, that's a 5th-year option, though. We'll accept 5th-year option on Worthy. Rice is a free agent. So is Connor, but we could easily, draft his replacement, I guess, if we wanted to. But, of course, let's focus on the guys that, of course, are important here. So, McDuffie, that's a no-brainer. We're going to re-sign him to a big contract. And then Rashee Rice, definitely would like to keep him as well. And that's all of our money gone. So, we'll get that done. Now, as far as re-signing these other guys... I guess Tranquil would be a big loss if we lost him, who is our veteran starting linebacker. I don't think we have enough money to go after really anybody. I mean, we can look to see if there's any obvious cuts like we saw last year. There was 2 guys that was easy to make a decision on. But Mahomes and then Trey Smith, no, we're not going to do that. Chris Jones, no. Bolton, no. Creed Humphrey, no. Gray, I mean, to save us $5 million, it's not going to do anything crazy. So we could restructure a contract if we wanted to. I mean, I'm kind of tempted because we just went 14-3, and if it wasn't for me throwing that interception, who knows if we would have came back and won the game. But we should have been able to just beat the Jags there. So, 2026 cap space after restructure. I mean, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to restructure Patrick Mahomes. I'm just going to restructure Patrick Mahomes and go for it. So we have $47 million in cap space now, so we can probably sign a couple guys in free agency, which will be nice. So Christian Fulton was one of our starting corners, which is why I kind of want to bring him back and not have to worry about it. So 1-year deal for him. Connor, probably get him a 1-year deal as well if we can. And then we can maybe sign someone big in free agency. So Dana, I'll probably let go. So Aiden Hutchinson got franchise tag. But let's go see if there's any good free agents that we can get in on this team with the amount of money we just opened up. So let's take a look at the lineup, of course, too. So he kind of loves dev trait now. So he's superstar dev. So it looks like we hit on that pick big time. Offensive line is good enough for me. Even Wagner's up to an 82, which is nice. So we got some young tackles. Gray. Wide receiver room. I mean, I don't think there's really anything on offense I want to add. I think our offense was fine last year. It's the defense that I had a little bit concerns about. So we just obviously lost our will linebacker with Drew Tranquil. We do have a young edge rusher, but I don't know. I guess we'll see if there's... I mean, honestly, I'll take anything on defense that, could possibly plug something here. So Leonard Williams, I mean, we already have Chris Jones, obviously. That may not be necessary. We don't need Zay Flowers, Jervin Dexter. I don't think D tackle would be a big upgrade. What am I talking about? So we could get Leonard Williams next to Chris Jones and really be a good run defense. That could be nice, potentially. So let's see. We had that. Yeah, because Norman Lott right now is our second starter. I mean, imagine Leonard Williams. Yeah, I think we got to go for that. I think that's where we're going to go for this. So Leonard Williams, he has interest, and we could obviously maybe get away with just giving him a neutral offer as well. Maybe get one more player here. So we'll go 1-year deal on Leonard Williams, and then Jair is actually interested in coming over here. If he wants... No, we don't have enough money. Not quite enough money for him. Is there anybody else, though, that should be interesting to look at? Turner. I mean, we could go Van Ginkel, who's actually solid. We don't have enough money for him. Not quite. Damn, that would have been nice to have him as the edge rusher replace what we just lost. But there's Thibodeau, though, who could be fine. And there's like Aziz Al-Share as well down here, maybe. Or we could just bring Tranquil back. We might just bring back Tranquil if I can't get Thibodeau on the team. Yeah, okay. We'll probably just go get Tranquil back, honestly. Just re-sign him to a 1-year deal, not have to worry about a linebacker. We could still draft one, but not as easy. I mean, Aziz Al-Share, I guess, is an option too. No, let's just get Tranquil back. So we'll go Tranquil, and we'll probably just leave it at that. So that way we don't have to worry about. So yeah, we'll go Tranquil, neutral offer, probably 1-year deal. That way we're not rolling anything over. Let's see if we get those 2 guys to sign, and we'll be happy. So Leonard Williams next to Chris Jones and get Tranquil added back. I think I'll absolutely take that. We still have the draft as well. So that feels good. So now we can go into the draft feeling pretty nice, and we can just kind of focus on whatever we can find on the defensive side of the football. I think just to add, more to this defensive talent. But Leonard Williams and Chris Jones as the D-tackle duo, I absolutely love. And we'll see what else we can add in this 2027 draft. I hate to draft another D-tackle after just adding Leonard Williams, but I really like the option of Gabriel Brownlow-Denny. We only give Leonard Williams a 1-year deal, so I am going to go ahead and take Dindy here with round 1. I mean, Chris Jones is older too, so you can start to develop someone in the background, so you always want to keep building in the trenches. Dindy is going to be the pick in round 1, so we'll see how we feel about that. I like it, and we'll see if it pays off in the long run, but he'll be really nice depth and a starter for us in the future. Here comes our next edge rusher. Obviously, just lost one of our starting edge rushers in the offseason. Adding Van Ginkel would have been really nice, but Eno Etta feels like a solid pick here, so we're going to continue to build on the trenches here. 112 of true value. He is hidden dev. Will probably be someone who's in the lineup, of course. So I feel decent about those first 2 picks. We'll see if we can end it well in round 3. We'll just add some safety depth here with Derek Williams Jr. Maybe someone who can play slot corner if we need him to. I don't know. We'll see if he contributes right away, but he'll be our round 3 pick. 66 of true value, drafted 91. I mean, all in all, I think that was a very solid offseason. Adding Leonard Williams, another D-tackle, adding a edge rusher, and another free safety. Feel good about it. So let's go look at the lineup going into year 3. I absolutely sold us in year 2. Have, pretty optimistic hope we'll make the playoffs in year 3. And then maybe this time I won't step in the way and screw us over. But we'll see. We are an 88 overall across the board going into this season. So let's go ahead and see what we got on our hands as far as the lineup is concerned. So Worthy, we got Rashee Rice. They added another wide receiver to the equation. Royals, of course, who was pretty good for us last year. Gray still the tight end. Defensively, this is where we obviously added more of the, the upgrades. So Williams is actually a 77 overall. So he's someone that could definitely play a little bit for us right away. Dindy a 76, so he's going to rotate. And then Eno Etta behind Gillette here. So, all right, if I'm even saying that name correctly. But yeah, I feel good. I mean, I think this team is going to be just fine. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. I imagine we'll be in the playoffs again. And hopefully this time I don't sell us. We'll be good. So once again, at the end of year number 3, we secure the bye, and we went 15-2 this season. So yeah, we were damn good. Mahomes is not a top 3 passing yard leader this time, so we'll have to see where he's at. Offensively, 4th in NFL, which makes sense after you go 15-2. On the defensive side of the football, we were 6th in NFL. So much better on the defense side of the football. So hopefully our defense can stop a team like the Jaguars in the playoffs. And you got 15 touchdowns from Jeremiah Love. So he's been amazing as an addition to the team. I think that's obviously been a guy that's taken a lot of pressure off of Mahomes. So you got 859 yards and plus from all of our receivers, which is nice. And then hopefully defensively, yeah, Chris Jones, Leonard Williams, and Gillette was really good. So that's awesome to see. 6, you had 4, even Etta added 1.5 sacks, McDuffie with half a sack, and Hicks. Interception, you had 4 from McDuffie, 2 from Connor, 1 from Tranquil. But all that matters is getting back to the Super Bowl. So let's see if we can get an easy matchup in divisional round. We'll play the lowest seed, obviously, remaining. So let's see who that's going to be. It will be none other than the Tennessee Titans. So once again, a team that went 9-8. The Jaguars, same thing, and they still, beat us pretty badly. Well, again, maybe if I don't jump in, we would have came back and won. I don't know. We shouldn't have been in that position regardless. Hopefully, we just take care of business and blow these Titans out. But we'll see. Divisional weekend here, so let's go ahead and see if we can make it happen. Jumping right into this bad boy as, once again, we don't score on our first drive, and defenses on both sides are playing well. I'm scared for the Titans to score first. We do get an interception, though, from Bolton and go up 7-0. We needed short field position for that to happen, which kind of makes me worried. Our offense is just nowhere to be found so far. It's 10-0, though, so that may be enough. If the Titans come back and beat us at the end, oh my. Dude, they almost did. Oh my gosh. If they would have beat us there at the end, I would have been pissed. But 13-7 victory. I mean, where were they at? It looked like they were super close to coming back there. We only put up 13 against the Titans. Like, what are we doing? So let's see what the end there was. So they're at our 28. So maybe not as close as I thought they were. They did throw a 14-yard pass. But man, they were cooking there a little bit. Would have been very unfortunate had we lost that way. But thankfully, we hung on. We're headed to the AFC Championship game. And hopefully our offense decides to show up because 13 points ain't going to cut it. Interestingly enough, we get back-to-back AFC South opponents. The Texans are going to be the team that comes in and plays us when we are at home in the AFC Championship game. So hopefully, like I said, we actually show up on offense this time. We start off with the football. I'd love nothing more than to start out with the touchdown. And hey, that's what happened. So that's exactly what I want to see. Can we do another one maybe here? Yep, 14-0. We'll take it. The Texans do score, though, and we're going to score right back. So this is the offense I was expecting. And if we can keep that on the pedal, that'd be great. Now, the Texans can still very well get back in this game. And look at that, they do. But we will go score. I'm confident that we do score. It's 31-24. So this time I didn't jump in and screw it up. We're headed to the Super Bowl. So 31-24 victory. A little bit more points I'd want to see out of the Texans. But hey, a win is a win nonetheless. So Stroud tried his best. But Mahomes threw 3 touchdowns for 258 yards. And we're headed to the Super Bowl like the Chiefs have been there plenty of times already. So let's go see if we can win them. Yet another one. And now it is time for a Super Bowl rematch. Kansas City has played this team in the Super Bowl before, representing the NFC. You guys thought I was going to say the Eagles, didn't you? It's actually not the Eagles. It's the Buccaneers. You guys remember Chiefs, Buccaneers Super Bowl? Obviously, Todd Bowles was the head coach back then. And he probably still, or he was the defensive coordinator, I believe. Bruce Arians, I believe, was the coach, right? Anyway, yeah. Todd Bowles had a great defensive game plan in that game against a younger Mahomes, but we're in Miami. Let's hopefully get redemption this time as they're up 3-0, and we will go up 7-3. Beautiful. Can we go score? It's going to be 10-7. We need a, there we go, 14-10. Third quarter, can we go score again? No, interception. Third quarter. All right, I'm jumping in and putting this game away. It's 14-10, win the Super Bowl. This game is too close for comfort. Now, I'm not going to screw it up this time. I know I threw a bad pick earlier, but we're going to just, you know, ride Jeremiah Love to the sunset, hopefully. That's going to get us about 5. I'll take it. 4-yard gain. He hasn't done much for us on the day, but I'm confident I can put one in the end zone here for us with this offense. So that is what we're going to try to do. I'm going to put this ball in the air. I know I screwed up earlier, but I'm going to trust myself this time. And let's see if we can't get a touchdown here. It's Rashee Rice. It went over his shoulder. I thought that I had a first down right there pretty easily, but I don't know. It was weird animation. All right, well, move on. Let's move on to the next play. Let's see. Worthy, if this is a good throw. Okay, 4th and 6. Well, here I am screwing it up again. I'm just going to punt, though. I'm not going to screw around. So, Bucks will take the lead. Maybe I'll just let the AI take care of. Okay, maybe I have to jump in. Okay, I'm jumping in. This is for ultimate redemption. I am just playing bad so far. Although I will say I feel like that Worthy was a good read. It just didn't work out. Okay. Maybe the Rashee Rice one was questionable. But okay, let's run the ball here. This is right. Okay, that went absolutely nowhere. Bucks do have usually a good run defense, so I guess I'm not too surprised by that. All right, let's lock in here, man. What is... Wait, there it is. I was like, where's the other route? All right, Rashee Rice. Maybe. No. Throw this away. Throw it away. Third and 10. 2 minutes 16 left. I'm really lucky I was able to even throw that away. Bucks have allowed 191 yards today, and they're the worst, one of the worst defenses in the NFL. That's nice to see. So we haven't been able to take advantage of one of their worst pass defenses. That's nice. Okay. Let's lock in here, man, now. Let's lock in. I'm locked in now. Okay. Again. Oh my gosh. How did I complete that? I have no idea. I literally got a red release on that one too, and I still somehow was able to complete that. All right, let's run the ball here for the 2-minute warning. Give me some... Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. 2-minute warning time. It is now 17-14. I'm trying to redeem Patrick Mahomes' last Super Bowl. Obviously, or this wasn't his last Super Bowl, but you get the... I mean, yeah, he didn't play well his last one either, but... Gonna throw Love. First down and more. We're gonna be almost to the red zone. Let's also put on True Clock so we know the Bucks aren't gonna get the ball back with much time. We don't need to celebrate. Let's just lock in. 1:53 left on the game. True Clock's already on. All right, we'll take it. Okay, that should take a lot of the clock off, which will take. We got Royals, got Worthy. I'm going to run the ball again, man. I'm going to just keep running this ball with Jeremiah Love. Nice hole in the middle. Going to be in the red zone now. And that will... No, not quite. Still 4 yards away from it, but we're getting close. All right. That's going to take another nice chunk off. We're in 5 wide. I don't love the play, though. Dagger. Okay, I do like this. I'm going to be looking for Royals over the middle. See if we like anything. Yep, he's right there. Royals... I don't know why I jumped like that, but I did. So we're going to go up 21-17. And I was thinking about getting down, but I think you just take the score where you can get it. So we take the lead back. Now we need our defense to hang on. See if I can jump in and help us on defense. I don't usually do this, but might as well, right? So let's see if we can come out here and stop Baker from getting a touchdown in the end zone. So we're going to use our Mr. Leo Chenal here. Baker has the ball. He does have all 3 timeouts. Takes it underneath. Oh my god, Ibuka. Almost had some yak there, but it's gonna be their first timeout utilized. Let's play some cover 6, and let's see if we can't. I'm gonna use our Nick Bolton. Just looking for the underneath routes. The AI loves these underneath routes, man. So let's see if they do anything here. Let's see, anybody just gonna... Okay, you can have that. Okay, likely does get more yards than I would have wanted there, but 7 seconds. We're still good. We're still in a good position. Still in a good position. All right, Nick Bolton. I'm going to still user him. If I can't get something going here. I'm going to cover the middle. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, they still need a touchdown. 17 seconds left. Okay. This is getting a little bit close for comfort. I'm not going to lie. But now we're going to be in cover 4. So we're going to go cover 4. Maybe we should bring some pressure, but I'm not going to yet. Baker is dotting us up. Now, thankfully, he is running out of clock here. See if we can't get a stop. Okay, that's going to be tackled short, so that didn't get him much. Second timeout, 12 seconds left. I'm going to go back to cover 4. I'm going to go right back to that. Play super conservative. I'm going to user Connor here as well. Hope it's got to make sure Godwin doesn't beat me. Oh my gosh, he actually threw that, and that's incomplete. 9 seconds left. I'm surprised he threw that ball. I'm going to keep going with it, though. I was ready to pick that off if I needed to. 9 seconds left. Godwin. Looking for you. Oh my gosh. No, that's... Oh, I guess he got a timeout. Okay. Now he needs a touchdown. We're just going to play prevent defense, obviously, here. Prevent defense to win us the Super Bowl. Let's see if we can make it happen. It's going to go back here. That's a pick by Williams, hopefully, and that's batted down. And we'll bring a Super Bowl back to the Kansas City Chiefs, and that is a perfect way to end this video. Gameplay wasn't the most efficient today, I will admit, but it is a win nonetheless in the Super Bowl over the Bucs. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all did enjoy it. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.